Today, I want to explain why I think a 3-digit XRP has higher probability right now. These will be some of the important points or the factors which you will have to consider if you are here to make higher returns on your capital invested into the crypto realm. Especially right now, you should be completely aware of the situation, or else you may miss this opportunity coming up in this bull market. Because in this bull run, being in an asset with lower ROI itself will define what you are as an investor or a trader. If you entered recently, look back at what you have done and what you are looking at, where you are coming from and where you are going towards. That will give you that right perspective which you need right now. And then decide what you want. Just don't fall for that higher price tag drama, because I've been seeing this from a long time. I'm hearing that from some time. Charts will give you a taste of what is coming. Now you go look at the value of that asset and the fundamental. From the technical analysis and fundamental analysis, you'll connect both of them, and now you can be surprised. Why? Because this can be something even different than you ever thought of. So this is what we start with today. As we go forward, do take note of the important stuffs which I'm trying to illustrate here, because these will be important for you in next 10 to 15 months if you are in this market, because the market at the top will show you red, green kind of mixed, in which red has a higher probability. Whereas as you go down some area, you can see it's getting green. Why? There are stuff you have to understand. So stay focused. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. As we move forward, you do have to understand fundamentals are not only the news, but the actual project, the mission of that project, the vision of that project, and how it is going right now. So for XRP, right now, in front of the masses, it looks like so bad in case of the scenarios playing out. But what is the actual situation in there? How will that change? How does the macro economic situation changing, or the macro political situation changing? Will that be good for us? UK is a country who considers XRP as a security or not. That's one of the questions you have to ask yourself when UK is going to be heading the G7 in recent times. So you look back at who put out that lawsuit, and when he is going out of the SEC, and what his status has been throughout when he was in SEC. So these are going to give you that idea of what you are going to look at in the near term. I do agree, charts are an integral part, and when you enter into an asset, you are entering there for higher return on your investment. So when you see 9,000% in last 1 year, cool. Those who entered before are reaping that benefit, cool. But as you go up, you do have to understand there are assets which has pumped like this crazy, By this time, they've made the 10,000% gains, so that's cool. Now, when you come into the macro cap altcoins, it won't be like that right now until we reach the first, second, third wave of this market cap bull market cycle. But right now, when you look at these, you do also have to understand one stuff clearly. Say Ether is a good investment. I agree. Considering the traditional assets, it's still a good investment. Right now, if you're looking at the price, it's 1,263 or 1,263. Now, from here, if you're entering the market and looking at that 10,000 mark or 20,000, 18,000 mark for Ether, what do you see? It's like 600%. 1,400%. Now that's not a bad deal in a coming year, but is that it for everyone? No, those who entered at the bottom or have the average down here, they will be reaping 20,000% in profit. Now the question is, the maximum of 20,000, is that it in this market? No, in this market there are assets which has a higher probability of reaching these levels, 200,000%, 90,000%. So that's kind of a minimal area. Now if you are looking at that on a different view, being a little bit conservative, you're still looking at 45,000% from here, and those who entered at the bottom, 100,000%. Now why I think all of these has higher probability right now, I'll show you through the charts and discuss each of them. So in the charts, it does show you that the opportunity is valid. We are at the bottom, and that's when you have the maximum potential for profits, when you are at the bottom of a market cycle. Now you go into a altcoin market cap, you see we bursted through as I told you previously, but we came back below and closed there. Right now the Bitcoin dominance is moving to the downside, and as I told you guys, we reached that moving average, 50-day moving average on a daily, and now we are being supported there. So if we break below, we still have a support below that, and then yeah, it will be a free fall all the way towards 60, 62, that range. But before that, we have to go through 65 and downwards for BTC dominance. Then only you can say the alts are going to take off. Now, when the BTC dominance decreased like this in a little bit form, there are a lot of alts which are pumping, and that's why when you see these alts which from 45 towards 50, 60 are going crazy in 7 days, in 30 days, they are all in green. And yeah, there are assets which are kind of pumping crazy. Now when you see the micro caps pumping, you do have to understand these profits would be taken out, and then it would be moving to medium caps or macro or big cap altcoins. So if you are in top 10, top 20 and you are still waiting for that pump, do understand it's coming. It's not like it's going to be delayed forever. Say those assets which has a long potential in this market cycle has a different name than you think. You would be going into BTC, Ether or other famous coins like that, but you would be really surprised by what you can see in the charts itself. Now, based on the technical side of this, do understand right now a lot of money is coming into crypto market. Yes, not into XRP. This tweet from Michael shows that. Grayscale BTC just added 5.13k BTCs to bag. So, that's like right now it's 22.9 billion assets under management. Think these are all in crypto. It's not going anywhere else, and the crypto market is going towards that $1 trillion. We reached somewhere close, and then we started correcting. Now we are going to cross that with even a little bit of pump in the alts. We are going to cross that 1 trillion mark. That is going to be a huge announcement for the world. The world of investors who are not now looking at this asset class will just have a look at this from that point. Media will give that attention, because last time in the last bull market, it was only 800 billion. Right now, we are going to cross that $1 trillion mark, and that will give you more momentum. Now, why for XRP? Because you are seeing a lot of drama happening. Say money is coming in to BTC. Now, my perspective of BTC, right? Now, let's look at what David Shaw says. Boy, do I wish. The funny thing is, in a sense, I'm too smart to have thought of Bitcoin, and I've missed many ideas I could have come up with for similar reasons. Now, what he states there, and when you come to the bottom here, is what really kind of, makes me think, okay, so this is a concept from David Shaw's, the genius, and I was also thinking something similar. So it's in the same line. Okay, cool. So what's it? Fundamentally, Bitcoin can't work because it has no partition tolerance. So that's technical terms from a genius in this field. And you can't build a reliable system without partition tolerance. What I know that just isn't quite so would have forgotten in my way. So if he is a guy who is in XRP ledger, then for me, I doesn't care the money is flowing into BTC, because for me that shows okay, so BTC can move a little bit more. It may go towards that 45 to 50, $55,000, and then a lot of retail investors will be drawn into that money drama, higher price drama, and then the price would be dropping hard. Now that would be still a correction of 30 to 40%, but money would be then moving in. Money means the profit. Those who made the profit would be moving those into the alts, because from there they know that the upside is limited. It's not like talking about $1 million Bitcoin or $100,000, $300,000, $400,000 Bitcoin. If you are looking at it on a trend perspective, I explained to you in the previous video, I don't see it going through that time. Now, yes, on a trend analysis, it can, but on wave analysis, it definitely suggests that the upside is like 50 to 70, that's it. It can even be 45. So always be cautious when you enter into there. And then I see this from Joel Katz, David Joss. So I'm like, okay, cool. So the decision I made is not bad. And my patrons who are enjoying these right now, majority of them are in these trades. When you see these green candles, you're thinking, okay, why is this in green, not this one? So that's Atom. I've showed you previously, right? Then you see this Aave. So, it's not only like that. You have a lot of different assets in first 50 to 75, which are pumping and which follows patterns precisely at the support resistance zone. If you can buy them after the breakout and the retest, you're going to make that money there. Now, leave everything else and come to XRP. Why do I think $100 or above is still possible? And now it's even more possible. Why? Because right now with this SEC case, a lot of guys are moving out. I can see that. Say right now I have about 500 patrons, and I can see the taste of many moving out of XRP, saying, okay, I'll be waiting until the case is settled. Okay, it's completely cool. Think if XRP is ultimately being classified as a security, then many other assets similar in that use case, the utility tokens, will also be classified as the same. Because if it is the distribution of that asset which has made this issue, they should go against Ripple, the company who made that, not against the asset, XRP. That doesn't make any sense. So, if you are looking at that, exchanges are going against this. They are delisting, halting. So, the power of you and me to buy more or sell more is being limited. That means if this asset pumps to $100 or $200 or $300 or something, you and me are not going to take that benefit if you are in that exchange which is limiting. So now if you look at the majority of exchanges and do a math, your calculated guess gives you, okay, even if this pumps, it's not going to make a million individuals millionaires or billionaires. Why? Because they were scared and panic sold. Now, do think about that. This asset is one of that asset which has that majority of use case in the payments industry, and then that actual technical analysis showing you towards $100 towards $260. Now, when majority are out and some are in, again, there would be issues. When the price starts to pump by $3.8, those who are inside will be tempted. They will take their profit, then they'll start chasing the market. They'll end up crashing. But those who hold would be 1 or 2% of those who remain right now. So considering the total XRP holders, it would even be below 1%. Now that's nerves of steel which you need to hold on to this, because when you see all of these on the fundamental side and then the technicals suggesting you this, decision is always yours. At least for me, looking at this, yeah, even the price can actually drop a little bit in terms of BTC, say 30-40% from here if you're considering that. But if your average is way above here and if you're looking at a drop, I don't think that's huge. Because right now you drop like 97%. Even if it dropped towards that area, it's still 98%. In the macro terms, it's 1%. It's not going to change anything. But you come into USD terms, say for example XRP USD, and look at it on a weekly chart, you are able to see this. The week is going to end and the weekly candle is going to close, another one is going to open, and right now we are above the trend line support, we are above the 50-day moving average, and that's strong. That's at least above neutral. Even if not bullish, it's still about neutral. Why? Because with this case going on and this asset is being holded like this, it's maintaining its trend, that's too bullish for me. Because even if SEC case like this and exchange is trying to fearmonger you, is not allowing traders to get completely out, at least the smart money is there, that means you're going to hold on to this. At least I'm going to hold on to this, because say you're clicking that sell button, and if it's being executed at the other end of the world, someone else is buying. So when you're selling, someone else is buying. Okay, what makes them buy at that moment when you're selling thinking it's going to zero? So there is still demand for this asset. Think properly or you are going to miss out. This one is on a daily. You see the RSI, you see the MACD all trending to the upside, but the MACD shows it can cross to the downside. There is a possibility, but if it bounces, as it does usually in a bull market, it's going to give you a higher ROI. If you look here, back in 2020 April, May, it bounced. If you look here, June, July, August, it bounced. So you look previously at this August, November range, it bounced. So if it is happening again, we are going above $1 right now. But if you are looking at it on a macro scale, just analyzing, the rounded bottom pattern, looking at what the possibilities are, wow, that's kind of 2,800% from the bottom to the top of this all-time highs. And then if you plot it there after the breakout from that all-time high, you are reaching around $120. So that's for me $118, which I used to say here in this channel from last 6-9 months. Then you want to validate this in one way or the other. You kind of look at this, say you plot the Fibonacci resistance, then you are looking at each resistance at the top. Now, previously when we did that, that Fibonacci extension gave you a target towards 0.28, but the price ended up reaching $3.8. So that is from the 4.23 Fibonacci extension, it's 1,350%. Now, you understood that that's a clear possibility. Okay, what do? You just go into this market cycle. That's the bearish market cycle. Put that there and extend this 1,350 here. Now you reach around $260. So at first what we saw here was $120 or just below that. Here what we are looking at is $260. Now you got a range between $100 to $260. Wow, that's huge. Even if it is 100, wow, that's going to be huge. Why? Because if you are looking at this right now from this point towards that area, you are going to look at that $120. Then you are looking at 45,000%. If you are accumulating from the bottom, your nerves are of steel and you have that wisdom, you would be getting 100,000%. Now the question comes again, what if it is 260? It's 90,000% here, and from the bottom 200,000%. Now what makes you think this is a possibility in this asset? You come back to this asset, delete all the indicators, go into weekly or monthly chart, and then look at it like this. Elliott wave pattern suggests this is the first wave, or this was the first wave. Now what does that mean? If this was the first wave which created that 140,000% or say 1,400x in terms of return, that means the next wave should be even higher than this. Now even if it is higher, then this one has a higher probability. Now if it is lower, with that momentum, supply change and all the news, okay, cool, still that's huge compared to Ether, BTC or any other asset which you are looking at. So don't fall for that price dollar terms of 10,000 or 20,000 or 100,000, because you are here with your capital and you would be making profits for your capital in a percentage. So always think about the return on your investment. If you listen to me clearly and noted these points, you are going to make best ROI in this market cycle. Now, at the same time, if you are a trader trading short to medium term opportunities, you need charts, you need patterns, you need to identify which asset is going to pop. Even if you are a medium to long term trader, you need to know which asset is going to give you that maximum ROI. And we do that in the Patreon. We are killing it right now. If you want to take a look at that, you can join. The link for the Patreon is in the description. If you want to join, you can join. And do remember, this is 18th of a month. So the payments of monthly payment would be taken at 1st of every month. So if you are entering right now, you'd be paying it now and again on 1st of the month. So it would be better for you to enter the basic tier right now. Look how the services are going. And if you feel comfortable and if you get value for that, then upgrade when it's time. So that's 1st of every month. So guys, I definitely believe you received value for your time. And if you did, please do support the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. If you would like to extend your support, you can use the PayPal or the Patreon or XRP wallet address given in the description below. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.